What's going on, everybody? I'm Jay Williams. This is Jay Williams Sports. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I greatly appreciate it. We just gonna do a short recap of last night's game. We got the win. That's what I'm most proud about. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick every single thing about this game last night, because honestly, we're gonna have a couple games like this, especially in this road trip we have. This is one of the most ridiculous road trips I've ever seen. It's not the amount of games; it's the areas and how they mix it up. We went from Indiana to Atlanta, back up to Canada. Now we're going back down to Dallas. Then we're going back up to New York. This road trip is pretty much it's insane. I don't know what the WNBA was doing when they created this schedule. If you going if you're gonna do a road trip like this, start north and then work your way down south, or start south and work your way down north. The fact that we're going north south, I wouldn't be surprised if we drop one of these games that we don't supposed to drop. We seen what happened last night. If you don't know, the Indiana Fever won 101 to 95 against the Toronto Tempo. It was the game was the game got a little bit tense here and there. Of course, Toronto Tempo was going to come out with a lot of energy. Most of the times when these teams play Indiana Fever, especially these teams that's not going to make the playoffs, this is or we are their Super Bowl. We seen last night that the Tempo was able to sell $100 standing room tickets only. So people was paying $100 just to get in the building, even though they wasn't gonna be able to take a seat. And yeah, man, we got the win. That's what's most important. CC, I believe she had a good game outside the turnovers. She had some careless turnovers. That's the turnovers I don't like. If she's trying to hit a home run pass or fit it in a small window, I don't care about the turnovers. But dribbling off her foot, I think she got an 8-second violation. Stuff like that, I think we can clean that up. Kelsey Mitchell, if you don't know, she exited the game. Apparently she's okay, but given her history last year, and I guess she got overheated this game, I think now we have to start getting into strategic resting, right? Me personally, I would rather go into the playoffs as a 6 seed and be fully healthy than to push for this 3 or 4 seed and be more banged up than we have to be. So I think Stephanie White and the coaching staff and the training staff has some decisions to make. If Kelsey Mitchell is starting to cramp up or overheat, then maybe we got to sit her out a game. The same way with Caitlin Clark. Like, we have to talk to these players, ask them how they're feeling. We need honesty from Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, because all of them right now have some type of history with either injury or Kelsey Mitchell over cramping. Aliyah Boston has the leg issue. Caitlin, we all know, has the back and the groin from last year. So we have to talk to these players, make sure they're good to go, and we need to get these players healthy for this playoff push. Now, luckily for us, we have about a 2-week break, I believe, for the World Cup. Honestly, I don't really care about this World Cup. I really don't. Like, I mean, I get it. Playing for USA is a big deal. I respect it. But as far as for Caitlin and Leah Boston, if y'all not healthy, if y'all are not healthy, do not push yourselves to play in this World Cup. This is not the Olympics. If it was the Olympics, I get it. Like, go all out. But the World Cup, and I'm not disrespecting the World Cup, but I'm just saying it's not the Olympics. We need Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark healthy. Now, I don't think they'll be playing 30 minutes in the World Cup, maybe 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. But still, be healthy. The goal is to be healthy going into this playoff push. The goal is to be healthy going into this playoff push. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell set another WNBA record. They have scored 20 points in the same game 16 times this season, a new WNBA single-season record for a duo. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell has 16 in this year, and Diana Taurasi and Pond Dexter had 15 in 2008. This is a dynamic duo, the best backcourt in WNBA history. We need to be healthy. I'm proud of these two. We got to keep this thing going. Katie Clark, like I said in one of my previous videos, is battling herself at this point. She ties herself for the longest streak of games with 20 points and 5 assists in WNBA history. This is a list of her last 6 games. 20 points, 8 assists, 26 points, 11 assists, 22 points, 10 assists, 29 points, 10 assists, 26 points, 9 assists, and last night she had 24 points and 7 assists. Man, I'm happy to see Caitlin Clark grow. Her game is growing for sure. She's attacking the rim like I don't think anybody has seen in her basketball history. Like, she's attacking the rim with so much confidence, which is allowing her to get some easy buckets. Because As you know, she shoots the longest threes in WNBA or NBA history. I think she averages 27 foot threes. So if she can get herself to the line or get herself layups, she's a big guard. I think most of these guards in this league, she can overpower to the rim. So I'm happy to see her growing her game. I can't wait to see what the next years to come, how she will improve her game even more. And like I say, she is starting to play good to great defense on a nightly basis. So shout out to Cece. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Got to give some love to Kelsey Mitchell. She had a game high last night, 29 points. This is her 20th game with 20 points for Kelsey Mitchell. Now, I think she has tied A'ja Wilson with the most in WNBA history. I think A'ja Wilson did it in 2 seasons, 2 connected seasons. Kelsey Mitchell did it in 1 season. So shout out to Kelsey Mitchell, man. This backcourt is dynamic, and if we stay healthy, I think this backcourt could get it done as far as getting us to the championship. Listen, I think somebody made the call to ESPN. They starting to show Caitlin Clark some love lately. If you know the history about ESPN, they normally just put talking heads on there who has something negative to say. But I don't know. For the past couple of days, they've been showing love. So we gonna allow ESPN to show some love and talk about this duo we got.
At Kelsey Mitchell and you look at Caitlin Clark and their chemistry, and you consider the fact that they were more than half of the Fever points tonight. Where have they found the improvement this season?
When it comes down to one word, it should be historic when you think of Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, because they are putting up historic numbers together. This is the hottest offense the WNBA has ever seen, and it starts, and in some ways ends, with their backcourt because they put together complete games. As you mentioned, Kelsey Mitchell had 29 in 3 quarters. She overheated, which is wild. And then Caitlin Clark, 24 and 7. To me, it's their synergy. Caitlin is so good reading defenses, knocking down her signature logo 3, but also is finding her teammates in ways that are amounting in career highs or just tremendous production offensively from everybody else. And then, of course, Kelsey Mitchell is just on the ultimate heat check. They have every answer for what the defenses have thrown at them. I think we should just stop and appreciate this because this is truly history.
All right, we're not going to go over the box score this game. Like I say, I'm happy with the win. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick every single thing from last night's win. I think there was a lot of factors. We went all the way up to Canada from Atlanta. I'm pretty sure the team is tired. I'm not going to get on Stephanie White this video. Like I say, I'm a layoff. I'm happy with the win. I'm more so invested in going into the playoffs healthy. Let me know what you think. How should we manage the big 3 the rest of this road trip? We got Dallas tomorrow. Then we go up to New York on Saturday. Then we play Chicago Sky on Sunday. So it's a tough road trip. We already been traveling back and forth, north and south. How you think this team how you think this team should manage the big 3? I prefer to go in the playoffs healthy. We got 2 weeks of rest with the World Cup. So let me know what you think. I am emotionally invested in this team. I want them to win a championship this year. I really do. I want CC to get her first championship this year. I don't want to wait 3, 4, 5 years. I believe we have the talent. To get it done this year. Hopefully, the coaching staff, which I do not trust just yet, but hopefully we get it together. And we'll see, man. We'll see. I really, really hope they get this thing done. The most important thing for me is to get into the playoffs healthy. Let me know what you think in the comments. How do you want this team to manage the rest of this tough road trip? Should we just play all our big 3 every single game? Should we work in some rest here and there for Caitlin, Kelsey, and Aliyah Boston? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Jay Williams. This is Jay Williams Sports. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I greatly appreciate it. Peace.